all. Actually, what I was supposed to do was go to a meetup group. My very first meetup group. I decided, fine, the next step towards depression recovery is finding a support group. And of course I found this group a long time ago, but as always, something always prevented me from going. Severe weather, getting lost, etc., etc. Which, ironically, that was the reason why I missed it again today, or yesterday. It was a young depression and anxiety group. There was only going to be like 4 people. 3 too many, but I probably would have dealt with it. And so I said, fine, let me motivate myself to go into at least one group and go from there. And so I went on Google Maps to look at the directions. And that's where things went wrong in the first place. Because the route was so easy, all I needed to take was the bus and then the train, light rail, whatever, to get there, and then walk a block or 2. I decided to remember it by not the directions, but the route line that you see on Google Maps. And that's pretty much where everything went wrong. I should have wrote it down, the actual directions. Not only did that end up confusing me, but I ended up getting off early. See, the bus stop was supposed to be at a transfer station, but apparently there's 2 transfer stations on this bus route, and I got off the first one when I was supposed to get off the second one. It took me 30 minutes to realize that I wasn't even at Uptown, where this place I was supposed to meet the group at. I was at Midtown. So no matter what direction I went, it wasn't there, because I wasn't in the area I was supposed to be at. So I didn't end up going, and I was very upset, because I actually wanted to go. It's very rare that I can motivate myself to help myself a bit more, and I'm becoming frustrated that I want to do something more than depression walk to help me. I want to take one more step. One more step. Just one. Just fucking one. And I screwed that up. So, and I already know I'm a failure, a loser, or whatever. I call myself a failure because I am a failure. And, this proved it. I made yet another mistake. So this goal of going to my first basically a support group, failed before the time even came, because I decided to memorize the route lines on the Google map, not the actual directions that I should have written down. That was my first fault. And so because I was over 30 minutes late, I knew by the time I got there, the group would have been over anyway. So I decided, I was actually originally trying to come back here, but then a couple of bus stops down, I was where the light rail is to go to the Mall of America, and I decided to do that as an alternate. And so it ended up getting some ice cream at Cold Stone, walking around trying to get my depression lapse, or my depression walk, out of the way. And then because I bought my 3DS with me. See, that was the one good thing out of everything, is that because I knew I was going out anyway, I decided to record my steps, because I have a 7,000 step requirement for my depression walk, and I decided to kind of merge that in with this, the big failure. And despite the failure of yesterday, I still met my goal. Actually, I went over like 8,000 steps, but minor detail, minor detail. And, so anyway, after that, I wanted to come back here because I was getting exhausted. I can't walk around for long. I just can't, because depression, especially lately, has given me such heavy fatigue. I can't walk around a lot. So I decided to come back here. And it wasn't until the bus stop where I was actually waiting. And at this bus stop now they have like these electric signs where it tells you when the bus is going to be due. And my bus route said due, so the bus was almost going to be at the stop. And I noticed that my bus card was missing. And I'm like, please don't tell me that I lost it. Like, how is it even possible? And I looked in my wallet, I looked in my bag, I looked everywhere, and it was embarrassing because people were around, they were looking at me. I don't like it when people stare at me. It makes me nervous. It makes me say, okay, this person's going to show me hatred. I come up with all these paranoid ideas on what people could do to me. They should kill me because I can't do it myself. So I was panicking over that because I could have been stranded there. The Mall of America is in Bloomington, quite several miles away from where I live, basically. And the only reason why I wasn't is because I had quarters. Quarters I got from the bank that was supposed to be for my laundry. So if it wasn't for that, I would have gotten stuck there. And, and I came home and I looked. Now, I usually do lose stuff in this apartment, and half the time I'll never be able to find it. But this disappeared before I came back here. I don't understand what happened. And my memory is so bad that I can't remember if I put it in my pocket or, well, I did put it in my pocket. I think the difference is, was it my jeans pocket or my jacket pocket? And I checked all of it. It's not there. My wallet, everything. It's just gone. And if I put it in my jacket, the only thing I can theorize is that if I did put it in my jacket like I suspect, it fell out. So not only did I not meet my goal, but I lost a bus pass. And not just a 2-day pass, it wasn't that, it was a monthly pass that I get from the county. Now I can't do anything. And I was actually considering doing something for, I usually hide on the holidays, including New Year's. I wanted to do one fucking thing. I wanted to change that. But now I can't do that because I don't have my bus card. I am so angry with myself. I can't do one thing right. And then it happened again this morning. I wanted to, every year, because of my disability, I go on food stamps, basically. And I needed to renew it, and I was going to send it in the mail today. I just wanted to do something responsible, you know? Do something responsible. Get that out of the way before you do anything else, which is basically nothing. Hiding from the world at the library because my neighbor is too disturbing. Because if it wasn't for my neighbor who's loud, who screams so fucking loud, if it wasn't for that, I would lock myself in here. And I usually do during her, non-active times, like when she's not as bad. So that's why I go to the library as an alternate to locking myself here, which I don't want to do anymore. But because I've been doing it for years and didn't think I'd be alive right now because I kept wanting to kill myself, I don't know what to do with myself. Especially now that I know I can't even find support. I'm not even capable of that. And, so I lost a bus pass. I failed my goal to go to a support group, which ultimately, in a way, it wasn't until this morning that I realized that me not going to this support group that I found on Meetup, whether I want to or not want to, is basically the same thing as why I don't want to go to therapy. You talk about your feelings once or twice every couple of weeks, and then that's it. It's over. You don't build relationships, you don't build nothing. But vlogging, I can still do anytime I want for free. I can do this like what I'm doing now. I'm actually trying to get my anger out as it happens. My anger and my frustration out, like right now. And actually, I'm still frustrated, but I'm starting to feel calm, a little bit calmer now. But so yeah, I think I'm done with meetup groups. I'm done with it because I've actually tried to go several times and always backfired in my face. And this is what's concerning me now, is that a positive action will equals a negative consequence. It's it's quite normal if you did something negative, like break the law or whatever, and that person was to get a consequence for that action. But it brings me down even more if I try to do something positive and a negative consequence still happens. So if I do something negative, a negative consequence happens. If I do something positive, a negative consequence happens. So no matter what I do, I still lose. What the fuck?